August is just about here. I thought we would take a look at the calendar that is in the store for the month of August. Raids are here this weekend. If you're in an alliance at the end of raids, you should be getting quite a bit of gems, maybe 6,000, maybe 8,000, just depending on how your alliance does. Even more if you are not aware of the calendar and what's coming up in the store. We're going to take a look at that. I'm going to give you my recommendations on what I think, which tunes could be worth it. I did find this over on Reddit, courtesy of DeBoy. At least that is the one who posted it. So we're going to go through the calendar. I'm going to tell you which ones I like, which ones maybe I would spend gems on, which ones are possibly the best tunes that you should be looking at if you're interested in purchasing some of these. Of course, at least for me, you know, these kind of offers and stuff, I definitely am very selective. I save a lot of mine for specific packs like raid packs or special day packs, just depending on, you know, what holiday is coming around. Because when holidays are here, they certainly do a lot more better deals, I should say. Not that, you know, these are bad deals or anything, because some of these are really good for next month. But yeah, y'all gonna have to let me know in the comments. Do you see anything that you really like that you're gonna get? Also post your recommendations, and maybe if you don't agree with what I have to say or my recommendations, you know, post it in the comments. So before going into each individual day, looking at the entire calendar on a whole, there are two specific days, two specific tunes that I think stand out the most, and I think that is August the 7th, which TERRA comes around, 250 fragments for 11k, and then all the way down there at August 26th, we got NIGHTWING, 250 fragments for 11k. Both of them you can get 4 max of. I think both of those 2 days are absolutely amazing. Those two are probably the best tunes for this month, and probably the best tunes that you should probably look at. NIGHTWING is a lead. He is one of what I think is the best leads, most useful leads, can be used in just about anything, any situation. TERRA, of course, is a plug and play character. You don't need her on any specific team comp. She provides so much team support with her buff immunities on the team and all the other buffs that she gives with hit chance ups and stuff like that. So both of those 2 days I would definitely look at first. If you are satisfied with where your TERRA and NIGHTWING are at, there are also a couple other really good days to note. Thursday, August 4th, Ice comes out, which means Ice is going to be in the hero challenges. And then we have August 18th, which is when Fire comes out. That means she is going to be in Siege. So those are the 2 new tunes for next month, and those are the dates that their deals release. We also has the 11th, we have Black Canary, the first rework, and then we have Batman TDK on the 25th. Both of those are 100 fragments for 8k. As far as the reworks go, although I think that Black Canaries maybe look better. I mean, neither one of them really look all that bad. Black Canary, I think the thing that maybe holds her back is it feels like she has very limited place on maybe what you would use her as far as team cups go or situations go, and she is a lead. So that kind of, I don't know, I guess maybe hurts her a little bit. But either way, I think that both of them are okay reworks if you're interested in getting either one of those. Now, as far as I go, I don't typically, at least for the purposes of trying to find good deals, I don't buy the new tunes, I don't buy the rework tunes, because they're just too expensive for what you get back from it. On either account, I don't have a whole lot of Black Canary fragments, so I really can't test her out and give the greatest judgment on how useful Black Canary is going to be. That's just based on her kit. But the rest of the deals, there are still some in there that I think are worth looking at. First one for me is Steppenwolf. I personally really like Steppenwolf. I don't necessarily like those sort of deals that are the ranged deals. His is 20 to 40 for 650 gems. I don't typically like those ones that are ranged, because most of the time you get in the lower 20s. Sometimes you do get 40, but you get in the lower 20s. But I personally really like Steppenwolf. He might not be rated as the best character, but I find him incredibly useful. He's an amazing lead. The amount of utility that he can bring for the team, I really like. And so, yeah, I would maybe consider him. Another one is Wonder Girl on the 11th. She is an absolutely amazing character. I really like her. Harley Quinn Mad Jester on the 18th. She is awesome as well. She's definitely a really good tune. Down there at the 21st, we got Red Hood, which is another lead. He is also a really good tune to have. Adam, who got a rework, what feels like only a couple months ago, but I think it was a lot longer than that. I'm really not sure when it was, but his kit is actually pretty cool. I really like his kit, and he's a pretty solid tune. You can't see it because I'm covering up myself, but the 28th is Wonder Woman Coda, which is also a really good tune. So as far as the next step goes, those are a lot of tunes that I would also consider. Then below that, maybe a little bit below that, maybe as far as other tunes that I really like, Starfire, of course, she is a Titan. She has a lot of two abilities that are can't miss, just depending on her buffs on her kit and stuff. I think her basic ability is a can't miss all the time, and then her ultimate ability is based on her kit or how many int ups she has. General Zod is a can't miss tune. I really like him. He is a lead. And so he can do a lot of call assists, except he's a lead, so I don't typically use him a whole lot because I have, you know, better leads. Personally, if there was a leader, I'd rather have Steppenwolf. I'd rather probably have Red Hood. But there are particular cases, especially going against, you know, like Harley Quinn, Mad Jester, or something like that, where Zod is really useful. A lot of times his basic ability can one-tap Harley, just depending on how big she is. And so like he is useful even if he does get enraged, because he can just take out Harley with one shot. Another tune that I think is really good and definitely has a place is Impulse, which is on the 4th. He is 160 fragments for 8k. He is the fastest tune in the game. So there's always going to be a place for somebody that is the fastest tune in the game, especially when his second ability can rewind turn meter of the other team. And so, yeah, he is definitely useful. Besides for his 2, though, a lot of times I find him less useful once the opening round of attacks go. So I typically don't use Impulse a whole lot. It's only in specific situations where I absolutely have to go first, and then I would use Impulse. Artemis is another tune that is decent in the sense that, but I think her kit has been power crept quite a bit. So she's probably not as useful. I mean, there was a time in which most team comps contained Artemis in it, but no more. You don't really see Artemis very often. So I would have to put her close to the bottom of, you know, what I would be interested in. Not as far as the trash tunes go, but yeah, closer to the bottom. And then that leaves the tunes that I would probably avoid at all costs. Maybe not at all. I mean, obviously there's a cost, but I would certainly avoid them. Wonder Woman, Defender of Justice. Although she can be annoying, I don't really think she's that good. So I'd probably, you know, skip her. Wonder Woman, Princess of Themyscira. She's another one that, you know, although I like her, you know, as a tune, and she can be fun to play with, she's really not that useful. And just like DOJ, a lead, not necessary. There's so many other better leads to have, so I would certainly skip her. Roz is another lead who applies disease and can be put on a disease team, who would be really fun against if you have other disease characters, you know, Captain Atom and stuff. And so You can find a place for them, and you can put them in a specific comp like disease comps and stuff. But I probably wouldn't get it. Naomi, although she's not that bad, I personally don't like her kit at all, and so I don't like her, and so like I personally wouldn't get her. Man-Bat, he needs a rework, no doubt about it. He's a disease character, but there are obviously so many other better characters than Man-Bat. I would avoid him. Kid Flash, would avoid him. He is fast, but I would, there's so many other ones that are better in the month of August than Kid Flash, so I would avoid him. Green Lantern, John Stewart, Talia, also Stripe as well, Mirror Master, and Parallax. I would probably avoid all of those tunes together. So just to sum up, if you have the gems, who I think is definitely worth it, Nightwing and Terra, for sure. 100%. I think if you have 11K, I think they are certainly worth it. Now, if you are a brand new player, I probably wouldn't be spending 11K gems on one single tune that might imbalance your roster a lot, just depending on how many tunes you have at a certain level. But, for kind of mid players or whatever that's been playing for some months or whatever, I think that both of those tunes, by far, well worth it. Next ones, I would think that, if 11K is too expensive for you, which is certainly a lot, I would probably consider Red Hood, Wonder Woman Coda, Steppenwolf for me. That's probably more of a personal thing, but I really like his kit and I really like the character. Steppenwolf, Harley Quinn, Mad Jester, Wonder Girl, and that would probably be it for the next maybe level. And then after that, we would just go Consideration, Starfire, Zod, Impulse, and then Atom, and then just those four, and then the rest I would avoid unless you want to get either a new or reworked tune. Anyways, that's gonna do it. I thought you should see the calendar. If you are interested in just having this as a reference, I'll post the link for the Reddit post in the description, and so feel free to have it, check it out whenever you feel like. Of course, I am basing all of this on the fact that Du Bois' post is all correct, and I'm sure that it is, just like the disclaimer says on the bottom. Schedule is subject to change at any time, so maybe one particular tune, maybe they do change it, maybe they change it or something like that. But either way though, hopefully your raids are going good, and I see y'all again soon. Y'all take it easy. We're out.